Without a doubt, truth seekers, this is a somewhat unprecedented day. We'll start with DC Drano's comment. As a Republican, it's extremely frustrating for our special counsels to take 5+ years to publish a report and not recommend charges for anyone at the FBI that legally spied on President Trump, while their special counsels take 8 months to indict a president of the United States. And this is in reference to the recent indictments on Trump. Or, drumroll, J6. Tom Fitton comments, I read the new indictment of President Trump by his political opponent, Joe Biden's DOJ. It is without a doubt the single worst act of political corruption by the Justice Department since its creation over 150 years ago. The Biden administration has left the rule of law and the U.S. Constitution behind by indicting President Trump for daring to dispute this election, as is his God-given right as a president, a citizen, and a candidate under state, federal, and constitutional law. This sham indictment is perfectly consistent with the partisan and political abuse I suffered as the hands of Jack Smith's prosecutors for hours as they argued with me before their grand jury using Democratic talking points on the controversy. Let's be blunt. This indictment is a naked threat and act of intimidation by the Democrat Party against any and all of their political opponents. The message from Biden regime is we will put you in jail if you dare to dispute the thing that I can't even mention on this platform. Well, I will just comment at this point that in my fair view or unfair view, I think that we are kind of crossing the Rubicon. I won't say kind of, we have crossed the Rubicon. As a constitutional republic, as a melting pot of millions of people, what makes this particular set of indictments different from the classified documents scandal in Florida or the intimidation controversy in Georgia is that it directly addresses a former president's ability to contest the results of a election. So it is a way for an existing political power to remove the threat of an opposition. This has gotten Tim Pool to say, quote, you are in a civil war, in response to the announcement by NBC News. As voters, we have to agree that we feel the outcome of the political process is fair. If the majority of the voters don't feel that way, the foundation of what allows the consent of the governed starts to crumble. So there's a space that has been ongoing for the last 5 hours. It's titled Trump Indicted for J6 Constitutional Lawyers Opine. I listened to a portion of the space, and I highly recommend that if you get a chance, you also listen to it. The space is hosted by Crypto Lawyer at Crypto Lawyers. Essentially, it's a recognition that we are, as a nation, falling victim to Zelensky's rules for radicals, and it's high time to aggregate and pool our understanding of law, strategize a amenable solution to the situation that maintains the fabric of our great nation. Each of these indictments are part of a conditioning process with the goal of getting Americans to accept the idea of their favorite politician being attacked and removed for political reasons. Before I conclude this, I just want to comment on the trending of Mike Pence. This is another historical event. The former vice president strongly rebuked his president. I'll read a portion of his tweet. It's a thread. Today's indictment serves as an important reminder. Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be the President of the United States. So while Trump stood up for his constitutional rights, Pence is alleging that he put himself over the Constitution. He goes on, I will have more to say about the government's case after reviewing the indictment. The former president is entitled to the presumption of innocence. He doesn't even name Trump, he says the former president. But with this indictment, his candidacy means more talk about J6 and more distractions. As Americans, his candidacy means less attention paid to Joe Biden's disastrous economic policies afflicting millions. Our country is more important than one man. Our Constitution is more important than any one man's career. It's sort of like completely looking over the issue that this one man is an example of our Constitution not being upheld. He concludes, as your president, I will not yield an inch in defending America, our people, our values, and I promise you I will do so in a way consistent with my oath to the Constitution and the character and decency of the American people. We will restore a threshold of integrity and civility in public life so we can bring real solutions to the challenges plaguing our nation. As you would guess, the ratio is righteous, 20,000 to 20,000. That he would turn his back on former President Trump in this way is quite scary. Swamp is very deep. Again, do check out this space. This is not time to freak out. It is time to realize the enemy's moves are becoming more direct, more impactful. So it's time to strategize appropriate counter moves with the goal of maintaining the United States.